going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Is Insomniac Games done with Spider-Man PS4? What exactly is going on? Now, I know a lot of people always ask me, SuperRebel, do you think we will get another DLC for this game before the sequel, or do you think we will get some DLC suits? Now, I'm not gonna lie, okay, this video was purely inspired by, although we may not have the greatest of relationships, Evan Falaka, okay? He made a decent video, and where credit is due, and in this case, he made a video discussing possible suits that could be added into the game. He was mentioning X-Men, Ultimate Alliance 3, and a whole bunch more, and all around, it was a really decent video, and like I said, credit is due, right? Where credit is due, and it got me thinking that the things he mentioned and how Insomniac Games are and how big Spider-Man PS4 is in terms of it being a platform and a source almost around a lot of hype for anything Spider-Man related, this is very interesting. Now, we know that Insomniac Games from a business standpoint are very, very smart. We get told 90% of the time suits that are not going to be in the game end up being in the game, right? They just chuck it over to us at a really, really least expected time, and you're like, wow. Well, it actually happened. The Raimi suit, a good example. Then, of course, the Future Foundation suit, another good example. If you talk about the Bagman suit, now if I can recall going off the top of my head, this was discussed, I think, maybe in like the first month or two when the game was released, so that was a long time ago. What, 4 months ago? Maybe 5 months almost? So it was a really, really long time ago, and then kaboosh kabam, they put it in the game. So a lot of interesting things are going on behind the scenes of Insomniac Games. At this moment, when they get asked about future DLC stuff for the game, if they were 100% positive, they would say no, of course we're not adding anything more into the game, and just leave it as that because it more or less confirms about the sequel. But every time someone from Insomniac Games is asked about anything DLC related or just new being added to the game, they never actually give an official answer of no, because I think they know deep down how big of a platform Spider-Man PS4 is to be around the hype. I mean, in this situation, we're all talking about, are we going to get the Far From Home suit, for example? They said no on that, but the closer we get, you just never really know, because again, they are very, very community driven, I guess. And then besides all that stuff, like Evan Falaka was saying in regards to the X-Men, the Ultimate Alliance 3, just basing suits of other games that may not exactly be coming to consoles. So of course, like the Ultimate Alliance 3, for instance, right, basing suits off something in that game. And then of course the X-Men, I think that would be very, very interesting. And then last but not least, the Avengers project. Again, this is a game that is still very much mythical to everyone at this moment. No one has any idea what's going on, but they could go ahead and base a suit on anything in regards to that when that gets announced. So what I'm trying to say right here is, depending how long this sequel is going to take, I don't think Insomniac Games are just gonna chuck Spider-Man PS4 out the window and not add anything new, purely because if that was the case, I feel like they would have done that a long time ago, and there wouldn't have been no Fantastic Four collab, of course, the Future Foundation, the Bagman, the Raimi suit, all that stuff. It's purely because they know it's still getting people to play the game, and it's very much community driven, giving essentially everyone what they are happy with. But however, don't get me wrong, I feel like there is a stage sometimes where we should all probably stop and just start requesting stuff, because when it comes down to the sequel, sometimes, as we know, sequels to games aren't exactly as good as the first one, right? Sometimes they're better than the first one. So what I really would recommend is don't put all your eggs in one basket in this situation. But you guys let me know in the comment section below with the X-Men stuff, Ultimate Alliance 3, Future Foundation suit, of course, because that was a prime example of, you know, I guess if you want to link it to something like the Far From Home suit, do you think because they've done the Future Foundation suit, the Far From Home suit will be in the game? Get in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think. But that's going to wrap up this video here, so subscribe for more awesome content, leave your topics in the comment section below, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.